E-Rekt. Guys, what's going on? Today is Monday, December 21st, 2015. That was for you, Andy. And this is episode 30 of the E-Rekt podcast. I'm Jeff.
I'm Andy.
And we're going to fill you guys up with some digital love, as always. Andy, we had a pretty crazy weekend.
It's Christmas week.
It is. This is going to be our last official podcast until after Christmas. We're going to be doing a unwrapping of our collection of presents. Was that on Christmas Day?
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas Day. But, yeah, so, man, we got kind of, I don't know how else to put this. We got kind of wilding out Saturday and Friday, kind of. Man,
it was our company Christmas party. Jeff drank way too much. I had to reel him back into reality.
I did?
Yeah.
All right, let me go ahead and put this into perspective for you guys. I had people coming up to me at the Christmas party telling me this is the most emotion I've ever seen from Andy. And I was like, guys, he's crunk, he's drunk right now, all right? This is Andy, and plus I was Andy's hype man. You know, I was hyping Andy up. Andy was giving me massages while I was playing blackjack. It was incredible. Yeah, it was our company Christmas party. I'd say I probably had at least 10 drinks or more. Andy, I didn't have 15. Andy probably had 15 because Andy was double fisting drinks two at a time. All right.
Yes, Crown and Diet Pepsis all night long. I didn't eat shit, and it was a lot of fun. I won Employee of the Year.
As you should.
Because people voted for me.
Yes, yeah. Andy won the People's Choice Award.
Yeah. So I was voted to stay on the island.
I would have to say it was an executive decision for Andy to be Employee of the Year, which it was very appropriate. Yeah, there were lots of drinks going around. We got to spend time with friends. We probably saw a lot of people that have checked and listened to this podcast out there. Everybody was popping, dude. My coworker Adam, he was fucking popping. He even worked out before he came to the Christmas party, which I highly approve of. We got to see Cody. Cody he got pretty drunk too. Just about everybody got drunk. But it was great.
Minus Amanda. She got us home safely.
Yes, and thank you again for that, Amanda. I had stated before we got there, I was like, guys, don't worry, I got you. I'm not going to have a drop of alcohol here. That quickly changed as soon as we got to the Christmas party. But that's because Amanda had a beer, and then I was like,
you'd already ordered 2 drinks before I got my beer.
Amanda, don't ruin my podcast. But yeah, I had 2 drinks, but I was just going to stop at that, but I couldn't. My body was craving the alcohol, so I had to.
And it was free drinks.
It was free. Yeah, open bar. What am I going to do? What can I do? I got to drink. I got to. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. There were a lot of great memories. We posted pictures and stuff like that. I normally don't say this about myself, but I was probably the number 2. I would say I was probably the number 2 dressed dude there. I was a little bit overdressed.
But you look good.
Thank you, man. Eli saw a picture. He saw that picture of Amanda and myself, and he was like, "You go, boy. You look like a funeral director." And I was like, "Fuck you, man. What the hell's that supposed to mean?"
You look like you're a young broker on Wall Street.
That's nicest thing anyone has ever said about me. Thank you very much. But whatever, Amanda. But yeah, it was good. Throughout the course of this week, Andy and I were able to fit some TV in, so we're going to talk about that. TV time. Andy, what have you been watching on TV, sir?
So I finally got around to checking out The Expanse. It's a new sci-fi series on the Sci-Fi Channel. Really good. I'm enjoying it. The sci-fi in it's on point. It's about you know, humans have basically been able to travel into deep space. They've colonized Mars. Mars and Earth are now kind of like on the brink of war, right? It's kind of realistic because if people colonized Mars, there would be a little bit of like, oh, we're not gonna do what Earth says. We're our own planet, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they're on a brink of war. Then there's these people they call belters. Belters mine the asteroid belt for water. Water and air is like an extremely valuable resource in the belt, but they feel like they're slaves being held down because all the water that comes through their mining facilities and whatnot go to Earth or Mars or whatever.
Okay.
Right. So, and it's cool. It's got some star power in that show too. It's got Thomas Jane in it. Yeah.
It's so funny you said that because I was actually looking up, since you were talking about working out with your body today, not doing like a lot of heavyweight, I was looking him up today because Thomas Jane does a shitload of just body workouts to maintain his amazing physique. But that's awesome, man. I love Thomas Jane.
Yeah, he's in there. He's one of the main characters. He plays like a cop on one of the mining facilities on the belt, and it's cool. Like they even go like you see people that are like extremely large and like they look weird, like elongated, and that's because they were born in low G. They were born out there, so their bodies are like extremely elongated. They're muscular. They're not as compact. And like there's like this terrorist group, like wanting to like take over, and just say fuck Mars, fuck Earth. And there's this one scene. There's this torture scene. Now this torture scene is this Earth people torturing a belter that they caught, possibly smuggling bombs and whatnot onto Earth. And how'd they torture him? They just put him out there on Earth's. They just hung him up on some hooks. It wasn't even hooks, man. It was just hooks under his arms, and they let Earth's gravity crush him.
Fucking terrible, man.
Right? Because his body can't take it, man. His body can't take Earth's gravity, and his bones are fragile, and it's crushing his lungs and shit. I was like, man, this is really good. But yeah, sci-fi's on point on that show. The story's real good. I would almost say it's like the next Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, damn. I have to say, looking at Thomas Jane in these pics, it looks like he's rocking an extremely douchey haircut.
Yeah, like half of his hair is shaved off on one side.
Right.
But this is the future, man. This is
the
future.
It's funny you say that because I recall another douchey haircut I've seen like that with a futuristic sci-fi film called The Fifth Element, Gary Cole. Except he's not rocking the fucking douche soul patch.
It's Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, Gary Oldman. I fucking love Gary Oldman. But wrong actor. But yeah, when I was reading the description of this, it almost sounded like the premise for Dead Space, but it doesn't seem like that's the case here. So there's no like alien threat that they're going up against or whatever?
As far as I've seen in the show, there's only been about 4 episodes or 5 so far, and I haven't seen any aliens. The only people that I do consider like an alien would be the belters that are born in low G. They just look fucking weird.
I mean, this is a sci-fi show. I I don't know. I haven't really seen like a lot of gold come out of sci-fi recently, but I mean, to say it's on the same level of BSG, man, that's. Do you think it has the longevity to
Yeah, I do, because it's based on a novel. And one, sci-fi is actually dedicating money towards actually making good sci-fi shows this year. So they have The Expanse. They have another show that they're going hardcore sci-fi with. I forgot what it's called. It hasn't premiered yet, but I'm interested in it. All these new sci-fi shows sci-fi is putting out.
Wow. Well, excellent. I'll have to give that a go. I love Thomas Jane. Last show I think I watched with him in it was Hung. It was an HBO.
Yeah, I remember.
Like a really huge penis.
He
or
was
whatever
a
in it.
gigolo.
I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that's cool. But yeah. Well, cool, man. Have you been watching anything else?
Yeah, I was started watching the Grimm season 5, and it's good. It took a crazy twist. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. Anyone that's watched Grimm before, um, it's good. I mean, they're on their fall like break right now for the holidays, but they'll come back, and it's a good show.
Tiffany, you and Tiffany really love this show, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's one of the NBC's darker shows, I guess. Hold on.
Adorable.
Yeah, it's one of their darker shows, but Grimm. He's a Grimm. He hunts down Vesson, and he's a BA when he needs to be.
I like that.
And it's got a cool twist now because he has his son. He has a baby, so he's got to keep them safe. There's a big rebellion boiling. Vesson wanting to basically take over, so he's gonna have to beat some Vesson down.
Oh yeah. So he's like the polar opposite of a Pab.
Yeah, he's
All right.
definitely not a Pab.
Cool.
But if you guys are interested in like realistic fairy tales or whatever, this is not Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time, I cannot get into.
No, God. I think that's for chicks anyways.
But Grimm reminds me of something like The Witcher because he's kind of like a monster hunter, but he's a cop, so he's not out like killing people. He kills them if he has to, but
Oh yeah. Excellent, man. I this week Andrew wanted to pick up on Tosh.0 again. First of all, I love how this show's still going. I love Daniel Tosh. It is a clip show, and just his show is based off of just how fucking ridiculous the internet is, and I couldn't be more thankful. I think we burned through a whole season. I think it was like season 6 or 7, but I like to go back every now and then and just watch the seasons over again. I think he's an amazing stand-up comedian, and I can always come back to this show. Daniel Tosh, in a lot of ways, reminds me of a taller, whiter, older version of you. And, it myself, too, if I came up with some of these witty comments that he has, which I'm sure if we had scripting and stuff done, we could probably put together a pretty crazy internet show as well.
Yeah, he's definitely not in shape.
No, but I mean, for like what 40 something,
he's definitely not afraid to make fun of himself.
No, right, and he's not skinny fat, so he seems kind of plain or whatever. But yeah, love Daniel Tosh, great guy. I'll probably watch some more of that this week. All right, man, you ready for the next segment?
Yep.
Movie time. Andy, what kind of movies you been watching?
Well, I checked out The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah. Guy Ritchie directed this, and it's definitely got the guy Richie Flair. A lot of fashion. A lot
Yeah.
of fashion in this one.
Oh yeah.
I was really digging the clothes. The time period is like, I don't know, 60s, 70s or something. But
Yeah.
you got Henry Cavill, and then you got this other dude that plays like a Russian KGB. Henry Cavill works for like the CIA or something. He's like some thief that they're basically like, hey, we need your skills. So we'll let you out of prison as long as you work for us. So
Seen
Henry
something
Cavill's
similar.
a smooth dude, huge womanizer. And then the KGB guy he ends up working with is extremely violent and tough and a good looking dude. Both of them good looking guys.
Yeah. When I started watching this movie a month or so ago, whenever they started fighting in the beginning and they were like,
Yeah.
that's going to be your partner, Amanda was like, that's like you and Andy. I was like, whatever. but okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, they were both good looking dudes.
Yeah.
And they both have their different styles on how they handle the objective.
Oh yeah.
And there's a couple of little comedy here and there, like especially when they're like, "Oh, let me cut this fence," and he's like, Henry Cavill starts cutting the fence with like these pliers, and he's like, "What's that?" And he's like, "Oh, some pliers, fucking sharpened with some type of laser," and then the Russian dude pulls out the actual laser and just cuts the fucking fence.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's weird for me because like Henry Cavill is Superman. He is
Yeah.
Superman now, but it's just weird. It was weird for me seeing him play like a sophisticated gentleman role, I guess.
Right, like a James Bond type.
Right.
Yeah, it was weird, but I think he did well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not movie of the year, right?
No, it's not. But they did set it up for a sequel. I probably would watch the sequel, but I probably won't watch it in theaters.
Yeah, I can see that.
But overall, I'd give it a 4 J's out of 5.
Excellent. Yeah, I got to finish that. I'm also interested in hearing your thoughts on this other movie you watched. I haven't even heard of this movie.
Yeah, Pawn Sacrifice. It's Tobey Maguire. He's playing Bobby Fischer, the master chess player back in the Cold War era. Actually, it was before the Cold War. It was actually during Vietnam.
Now, I mean, before you give like your views on this, does Tobey Maguire? I mean, does he still have acting chops or what? Has
Yeah,
he ever had them?
he did good in this movie.
Okay.
I also like that one movie. What's that movie? Biscuit or something?
Seabiscuit.
Yeah, Seabiscuit was good.
Yeah.
But it was Pawn Sacrifice. It's the story of Bobby Fischer. Man, Bobby Fischer had some issues, dude.
Clearly.
But like no one wanted to get him help, right? No one wanted to get him help. They just wanted them to fucking play the Russians, because we needed a win, right? And
Right.
they were just bending to Bobby Fischer's demands, his ridiculous demands. This dude is highly paranoid. But he was a brilliant chess player. And it's sad after he actually, finally beats, the Russian champion, world master, or whatever. What happens to him like later on in his life, and it's bad. But good movie overall. I enjoyed it. Tobey Maguire did a really good job acting like a weirdo.
Yeah. Yeah, I also see that Peter Sarsgaard is in this.
Yeah.
Now
He's playing Spassky, the Russian world champ.
Now, I don't want to say that he's like a completely underrated actor, but I feel like he just doesn't get enough recognition. I think I remember this guy from Garden State, and I love this guy, man. He seems like he plays a good guy with a shitload of issues, but yeah, I feel like he hasn't gotten quite the recognition that he deserves.
Um.
But he's been in quite a bit of stuff, so I don't know.
Oh no, Michael's. Shit. Oh no, he plays the lawyer. He's like basically Bobby Fischer's manager, and he does a good job. He does a good job.
I see that it also has the chick from American Horror Story. I don't care for her, Lily Rabe. I think
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's actually she plays Bobby Fischer's sister.
Ugh, gross. I don't know. I think it's just because I hate American Horror Story
It's
now.
definitely a good watch if you're just looking for something interesting to watch. It's basically watching like a biography on Da Vinci or something before he goes mad. Right?
What's your rating like for this?
I'd give it 4 J's out of 5. It was good.
So
Would
about the same.
would I watch it in theaters? No. But for a Sunday watch, yes.
If you had to pick these two movies to recommend for someone to watch, if you had to pick between one of them, which one would you recommend?
It would depend on what the person prefers. Do they prefer a autobiographical drama, or do they prefer something fun and kind of action-packed with a little bit of comedy?
Right. So either one, you can't really say one's better than the other.
Yeah,
Usually
they're
different
on the
different styles.
same level. I do see Upon a Sacrifice possibly, being up for some award from this year. I don't know.
Excellent.
You watched this because you heard it on Howard Stern.
No. I believe it or not, there were a couple people from work that said that they were watching this movie and that they were just like, oh yeah, check it out or whatever. So I decided to watch The Ridiculous Six. Now, already not having a positive view of Adam Sandler, I decided to check it out. So The Ridiculous Six is a movie that Netflix produced and they paid Adam Sandler to make. So what does that mean? That means you're going to have your standard affair of people from his Grown Ups movies. You got Rob Schneider. You also have Taylor Lautner. Terry Crews is in this. Adam Sandler, of course. I didn't see Kevin James, which was surprising for me. He was probably filming something, at the time. David Spade is in it. Anyways, all these washed up comedians that I don't know. I don't think I remember Chris Rock from this, but anyways, this movie's runtime, what was it? About 2 hours? Yeah, it's 119 minutes. That's 119 minutes of my life that I will not be getting back. Now, granted, I didn't focus my full attention on this movie. There were a few times I was just looking away and I had to do something, but Taylor Lautner plays just this absolutely stupid, zero IQ kid in this, and it's painful to watch. This whole movie was painful to watch. There were multiple scenes where they actually ran this joke into the ground of this donkey with explosive diarrhea. I expected nothing less from an Adam Sandler movie in this day and age. This is the kind of star power they had in this. They also had Luke Wilson, Will Forte, Steve Zahn, Harvey Keitel, Nick Nolte, even though I don't really consider him star power. John Lovitz, also again washed up. Danny Trejo, Nick Swartzen. Sorry, again, not star power. But yeah, they had like a ton of people in here. Let me tell you what to expect from this movie. Vanilla Ice as Mark Twain. Enough said.
So you're telling me this is another A Million Ways to Die in the West?
No, God, no. This is like the Wild Wild West. Even I would say this is probably about 4 or 5 steps below the Wild Wild West. And the Wild Wild West was terrible. This movie was ultra terrible. I did not laugh one time. I didn't give him any courtesy chuckles. God, it was painful. Just from moment to moment, the jokes that they were throwing at everybody, it was awful. There was a lot of Native American racism, I guess, in this movie. They were just playing on some of the stereotypes. Wasn't funny to me. It wasn't clever. It wasn't witty. Would I watch this movie again? Absolutely not. If I was tortured and I was made to watch this movie, I might have to speak up or, admit to something. But it was painful to watch. I will give this one J out of 5. As bad as it sounds, I actually would probably rate this higher than Dumb and Dumber 2, but that's not saying much. I'm a fan of westerns and stuff, but this isn't I don't know. Adam Sandler, he's way past his prime. He can't make comedy movies anymore, and I think he's at this point kind of like, I think he's at that Seth MacFarlane level where in his head he's just like, I can make a complete and utter piece of shit, but people are still going to throw millions of dollars at me. So why not just make a complete and utter piece of shit? I mean, if I were to look back, let's take a step back real quick.
Hold on. Now, let's say 13-year-old Jeff watches this movie. Is it funny now?
13-year-old Jeff? No. 9-year-old Jeff? No. 8-year-old Jeff? No. God, no.
It's not suitable for any age.
I have more respect for myself. I can't even. Okay, so to look back.
Oh, how about your friend from West Virginia?
A friend from West Virginia?
The Pab.
Jordan? Jordan, I'm sorry, but I can tell that you would love this movie. You would love this movie. You would love Grown Ups too. You love all those because, you're my boy. I love you, but you love some terrible movies. Taking a look back over the last 10 years of Adam Sandler movies, I'm going to see if I can find at least 2 movies that I really enjoyed. The Cobbler. The Cobbler... The Cobbler wasn't.
He plays like some shoemaker, right?
Yeah, it wasn't the worst movie that I've watched from Adam Sandler, and that's why he didn't write it. Okay, let's see. Grown Ups 2. Fuck no. A lot of people said That's My Boy was decent, but I haven't even watched it. Funny People. I'll go ahead. I'll give him that one. But it was written by Judd Apatow. But
how about Pixels?
Pixels, Andy? Andy, we watched that during the D&D cast, and it was terrible.
It was bad.
It was bad. Actually, I'm looking back here. 2007, Reign Over Me. I enjoyed that movie. It was a serious Adam Sandler movie, and I don't believe he wrote that either.
Punch Drunk Love. It was probably the last one I watched. And that wasn't even comedy.
Right. Oh, yeah, man. Punch Drunk Love. Yeah, I think Bill Murray was in that as well, right?
Shit, I don't remember.
It's been a while. Spanglish. Spanglish came out in 2004, though. I mean, the movie was bad, but it wasn't... I don't know. Adam Sandler, man, he's lost whatever he had. But, yeah. If you guys get a chance, don't check out The Ridiculous Six because you're going to be disappointed unless just the sound of hearing someone fart makes you laugh, which if it does, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe reevaluate your comedy standards. I don't know. Ridiculous Six, 1J out of 5. Don't watch it. Stay away from it, please.
Would you even say it's a 0.5 J out of 5?
Yes, I would say it's a 0.5 J's out of 5 because it hurt me to watch, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to get that time back. But that was it. Now, staying in that Western feel, we're gonna jump to our upcoming movies and talk about one that I'm excited about. Upcoming movies. So, guys, these are your upcoming movies for Christmas, December 25th. And the first movie I'm going to talk about on the list, The Hateful Eight. It's Quentin Tarantino.
I just want to say, is it even Christmas? Why do they release movies on Christmas? Who's gonna go to the theater on Christmas?
I think a lot of people that want to go against the grain and not celebrate the holiday, I guess.
And it's just like Walmart being open on Christmas. What the hell is that?
That's right. I don't think Walmart's going to be open on Christmas this year. At least not in Georgia. I'm sure there are some areas where they may open up some Walmart stores. But the Hateful Eight releases on Christmas. Honestly, I love Quentin Tarantino, but I still think that Star Wars will do better than the Hateful Eight this weekend.
Yeah, it's just a bad time to release this movie.
Absolutely. Even though it's Quentin Tarantino, excellent director, great writer.
Yeah, and he's got some really good people in this one. Kurt Russell with that sweet bar mustache he's rocking.
That's right. Kurt Russell, he's in his 60s. He's got kind of a gut now.
You got Chan.
Don't say that shit.
Yeah, you got Chan. You got Samuel L. Yeah, Walton Goggins.
God damn. Okay, I'm not watching this fucking movie. I didn't even know he was in it. Damn it, man. I'm not Okay, I'll still watch it. But still, I fucking hate Channing Tatum, man. Yeah, Channing Tatum is going to be in the Hateful Eight. Channing Tatum should have probably dropped that role and went with the Ridiculous Six.
But it's got Tim Roth, Michael Madison.
Oh, Tim Roth.
All the people you loved from his past movies.
Exactly. And the next movie on our list, we have Daddy's Home. Have you guys heard of it? Well, it's a new Will Ferrell movie with Mark Wahlberg. Wow. Is this their first team up since the other guys?
Yeah. So they're trying to recreate that chemistry.
They are, and they do have somewhat of a chemistry, I guess.
Yeah.
The story that follows this is a mild-mannered radio executive strives to become the best stepdad to his wife's 2 children. So I'm guessing that's Will Ferrell, and the stepdad will be Mark Wahlberg. So, again, this movie will also not do as well as Star Wars this weekend. Guys, what the hell are you doing?
I don't know.
And then last on our list, we have Joy. Joy, which is an upcoming American biographical comedy drama film written and directed by David Russell. Who's starring in it? Jennifer Lawrence, Robert De Niro, and Bradley Cooper. So Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper team up again, I believe, for the first time since the Silver Linings Playbook or whatever, which was a success for them. This movie will not be as successful opening weekend because, again, December 25th, Star Wars. Everyone's going to be seeing it. But yeah, it's a tough time, man. I mean,
yeah, it is a tough time.
But
whatever.
Yes, those are your upcoming movies. Currently playing. Andy, I'm excited to hear about what you're playing.
Elite Dangerous Horizons. It's the new expansion or season. I don't know. They're coming out with new shit for Elite Dangerous. It just came out of beta. It's now in early access because they haven't implemented all the stuff in there yet, but they do have planet landing now. So, well, I played it, and my first planet landing, I was just like, there's a fucking moon there. I'm gonna see if I can land on this bitch. Fucking crash and burn, baby.
Did you? Man, I'm gonna call you Jeff.
I came in too fast.
I want to call you Jeff.
Too fast, dude. I was just like, oh, okay, I got this.
You were
And then-
busting my
and-
balls about eating sons, bro.
And then it was just like, and my fucking hole was cracked, and I was losing oxygen.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I can send out a distress beacon, and hopefully somebody hears me. Or I could just choose to self-destruct and die.
That sounds fucked up but exciting at the same time.
Yeah. Second attempt, I actually made it. And then I drove around on the planet. You can mod out your vehicle and all that stuff at one of the bases. And I just drove around, and then I crashed and burned in the vehicle. Yeah,
Jesus.
because the planets are procedurally generated, right?
Right.
Of like realistically, and I was like, man, this is a high cliff, and then on the other side was just sheer drop. And
That's
I was
fucked up.
and I fell down this ravine.
So it wasn't like driving the what was that vehicle you get in Mass
Mako.
Effect?
The Mako.
Yeah, it wasn't like riding in the Mako.
No.
Wow.
But
It's like there's a shitload of stuff they included in this though.
yeah, it was a lot of fun for just dying. But at some point, I'm gonna get good at it, and actually, when they incorporate crafting and all that shit, it's gonna be good. Multi-crew. I hope that means you can have like your buddies in your ship with you, being a
Oh, yes.
multi-crew,
Yes.
and then we're like rolling around the planet, and we're like mining or something. That would be cool.
I would much rather ride with you instead of flying myself. It doesn't turn out too well when I try that.
And I played with the Steam controller, and
Ooh.
that's why I was crashing and burning, because I wasn't completely used to the Steam controls.
Should have got you at Thrustmaster, bro. Damn
That's
it.
all right.
Can you implement? Can you use the gyro in this?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds cool. But it
Yeah.
sounds like it would be really touchy. Yeah, looting and crafting, multi-crew and stuff like that. So what would you say? Probably look for maybe winter or spring of 2016 for them to have this fully fleshed out?
I think probably summer. By summer, they
Summer,
should
okay.
have it all fleshed out.
Excellent. Still worth the purchase, though? I mean, it seems like they had a quite a
Yeah,
bit of
it's
shit.
definitely worth the purchase. And if you plan on getting a VR headset, they support both the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift, and it's a beautiful game.
Which, by the time this is fleshed out, like you were talking about summer,
Those
Oculus Rift
VR
will be here.
headsets will be out. The Vive will come out in February commercially, or is it April? It's April.
Yeah.
And then the Oculus is due out sometime in February or March.
Man. Well, heck yeah, man. All right, so we'll probably look for more of your thoughts on that in the upcoming weeks, because I'm sure you'll be able to put some more time into it, refine your landing and exploring.
Yeah.
I played this weekend. I played Risk of Rain, which is, speaking of procedurally generated games, this is a roguelike platforming shooter that you play with a group of friends. Amazing game. This game completely caught me by surprise a couple of years ago when I purchased it, but it was worth every penny. I played it with a couple of people. I think it's easier when you have probably a party of 4 in there. I know we've played it a couple times, Andy, but we need to play this again. I want to get through this game. I need to get all my unlocks and everything, but amazing game, extremely hard. And this game only gets harder the more you play it, which it has an interesting mechanic. You can play it all the way to the end and then start over. So you can be like an overpowered badass, or you could pretty much end up screwing yourself. But played that a little bit, and I enjoyed it. Also, this week, I intend on playing some Speedrunners with you. I played this with Chris, Keyshawn, and Andrew, and oh my god, Andrew fucking pissed us off. He made us salty as fuck. He was talking a lot of shit about us, and I couldn't handle it, man. I couldn't even. Andrew, he's actually chuckling right now, but this game, I've described it before as like a 2D side-scrolling parkour Mario Kart, because you pick up all these items and stuff that you can use against people, but everyone's competing to be number one. As you're playing, the screen gets smaller, so your area to where you could lose, that gets a little bit, the threshold gets greater. So it's an extremely fun game. I cannot support the developers any more than I do. I highly recommend this game. They fall into that category of developers that are constantly adding stuff and not charging a penny extra for it.
I'll tell you what they need to add is 4K resolution.
Whew, man, to this game,
it
maybe.
doesn't support it.
I mean, it's come on, man. How much better can this thing look?
Like, it
4K.
could look a lot better.
I don't know. You want it to look like real life, bro. Excellent game. Excellent. I'll probably play that some more this week, but had a lot of fun with it. Ready for some news?
Oh yeah.
Video game news. All right, guys, we're about to tell you guys what's been happening in the world of video games. Andy, you want to kick this off, or you want?
No, that's that first one's you.
Perfect. I don't want to be salty about this. So Bethesda they are currently being sued by a Russian Fallout 4 player who got addicted. I was reading a little bit about this today, but apparently there's a man in Russia who is now suing Bethesda because he did not know the game was going to be this addictive. He's suing them for damages against his health, his job, and apparently losing his wife. So during this 3-week play session, his wife left him. His health suffered because he didn't sleep as much as he normally did or eat during his play sessions. Honestly, I hate to say this, Andy, but this seems like more of something that an American man would sue Bethesda for, not Russia. I don't know. I read a story a few years ago about a boy that died in, I believe it was Thailand, because he stayed up for like 48 hours straight playing Diablo 3 in an internet cafe. I kind of feel like this falls into the same category. If this guy really is suing Bethesda, really?
He'll lose this lawsuit for sure.
Absolutely.
But it's just funny to see people complaining about trivial shit.
It is funny to see.
Oh, man. They're suing over first world problems.
Yeah. I feel as if even though Bethesda is being sued for this, they could possibly use this as a bullet point to how good this game is. Excellent game. I do love it. But whatever. Russian dude, they're delusional. On our next piece, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble talking today. Visceral's Star Wars title is to be a third-person open-world RPG featuring heroes. Now, Andy, you put a little sad face on this, but it's to be expected. This is an EA title.
It's EA, but, Amy Henning, the main writer for Uncharted, is doing this game.
Exactly. And Visceral is doing this. Does that developer sound familiar? Well, I just want to make sure. I believe they did Dead Space. Let me double check on that.
Yeah, they did.
Right. So this game's going to I think this game's going to be great. They've developed various titles spanning Dead Space, My Sims. I'm not going to include that. Dante's Inferno. So they're not foreign to adding gore to their game. Although being a Star Wars title, I don't think it's going to have very much gore. But for an open world 3D RPG, or I'm sorry, open world third person RPG, I think they're going to be able to nail this. I actually feel like this game might be received better or a little bit more openly than Battlefront was.
Yeah, I mean, it's an open world third-person RPG in the Star Wars universe. Who doesn't want to play that?
I want to. I've been wanting to play.
I mean, yeah, like think of KOTOR and all that.
Right.
Like that was a third-person RPG, but it wasn't open world. It was more
Right.
linear. But
even though they tried to they tried to bill the Old Republic as an open world MMO, but God, fuck, that game was terrible.
yeah,
yes.
I'm imagining Star Wars in a Witcher world. Like
That would be
like
amazing.
that big expansive world. That would be awesome.
I
But I can't buy it at launch because it is EA.
oh,
I just can't support them.
I think if they did an open world 3D, or I'm sorry, open world third person Star Wars RPG, they should put it somewhere lush and beautiful like the planet of Kashyyyk. I think it would do pretty well there.
That would be good, but it would also be good if they had planetary travel.
If they do planetary travel, guess what? Season pass.
Season pass and a first day DLC.
I already don't want to play the game now because that pisses me off. Next up on our list, the Trine developer plans to bring the stealth genre back with Shadowin. Does that name sound terrible? It sounds kind of terrible to me.
It sounds bad, but I like the Trine series.
Yes, the Trine series is nice. It's a nice 2D or yes, two-dimensional.
It's a platformer that's 2D / 3D.
Right, with puzzle elements.
Yeah.
I don't really know how they're going to pull off a stealth game, but I don't know. There have been quite a few. I mean, they act like the stealth genre is dead, but it's not.
It's not. Mark of the Ninja was a good 2D stealth platformer.
Mark of the Ninja was Splinter Cell still strong. I haven't played a Splinter Cell game in years. But I think the last one, Blacklist.
Dude, I could not get Blacklist to work online, and that was my biggest gripe. Like, Colby and I bought that game because we played the previous one, Rogue or something, together co-op, and that was a lot of fun. And we were gonna play Blacklist together co-op, but we could never connect to each other.
What the hell is that about?
And they never released a patch to fix it.
Yeah, well, fuck that then. Plus, I mean, if you buy a Splinter Cell game in this day and age, guess what? You're going to be getting it on Uplay. Wasn't Blacklist on Uplay?
No, it did use the Uplay launcher, but we bought it on Steam.
Which, if you buy any Ubisoft game nowadays on Steam, you're going to have to launch Uplay. You're going to have Uplay in the background, which is, I don't know. I almost wish that EA would do that. Still put these games on Steam, even though you would need Origin to launch them. But still, I don't know. But that's what the Trine developer is working on. Also, we have Xbox countdown deals, the biggest sale ever. I don't know why you put that in here, Andy. I think it was to piss me off. But Xbox countdown deals are on their way, and it's supposed to be starting tomorrow, and it's going to run until January 7th. And apparently they're going to have a huge sale on Xbox One games.
They're trying to compete with Steam's winter sale.
Yeah, so I'm anticipating this is going to be on the Xbox Live Marketplace.
Yeah.
So you can buy these games digitally. So hopefully you kids out there are getting an Xbox One 1 terabyte edition, because you're going to need them for these Xbox sales, guys. So keep a lookout on that.
Thank God Xbox's CDN is a lot better than PlayStation's, though.
Oh, there's not even a comparison there. And Konami is looking for.
Say it how it's spelled.
I'll say how the headline, Andy's headline's written. Shitnami is looking for skilled professionals to work on a new Metal Gear Solid game. So if any of you guys have had your heads in the video game news sector this week, you have seen that Kojima has announced that he is partnering up with Sony with his new studio because, big surprise, he's not with Konami. No shit. But yes, they are now looking for people to help them develop the new Metal Gear game that they are going to be milking the hell out of. Will this game be successful? Probably. Will it be as successful or as praised as the other Metal Gear games? Fuck no. I mean, come on. That's a given. But yes, Konami is looking for talented people to help them work on this new Metal Gear game. So, you want to take this next one, Andy? That looks like it's you, baby.
Valve's being sued by a French consumer group over some user acceptance to use Steam, which I kind of agree with them, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're being sued because guess what? When you put money in your Steam wallet and then you're like banned or your account's locked out or closed, there's no way to get that money back.
That's ridiculous.
So I kind of agree with them there. It's like, come on, dude. I can't get my money back. So
there was an issue I think that people were facing a year or so ago where people would add somebody on Steam or someone would send them a friend request, and then that person would gift them a game, and they were from Russia or something, and then they would make a complaint to Valve or something, and then the person that got the game would have their accounts locked. It was fucking ridiculous. But yeah, I think they still have to hammer out some things as far as their.
yeah. So hopefully that gets fixed in the future.
Absolutely. Bandai Namco is teasing a mysterious game through their teaser site. So it looks like Bandai Namco is teasing some.
I don't know.
It looks like scrambled porno, but they have a game that they're counting down. It's probably going to be a Tekken game, or it's probably going to be a Dragon Ball Z or Tekken game, I would say. Yeah. So if you guys are fans of Bandai Namco. Yeah, I had to go ahead and screw that up, but yeah, just look for that, I guess. I feel like I've lost faith in them.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be another Dark Souls game. It's probably going to be another
Dark Souls. If it was Dark Souls 2.5?
If it's Dark Souls 2.5, I will throw up in my mouth and don't say anything, Andy, but I'll probably still buy it if it's a good price. Okay. Yeah. And Nick, go ahead. You want to take the next one?
Yeah. So Ken Levine, the maker of System Shock and BioShock, he's coming out with a new open world game. There's a trend going on here with open world games.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sci-fi, AI themed. I'm kind of thinking Steampunk 2077.
Or Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might be steampunk though. I mean, they kind of have their they have their ways about the whole steampunk element and stuff to their games. Wasn't oh yeah, that's right. They're not going to be working on it, but System Shock 3 was officially announced, which is awesome. I distinctly remember Kevin Levine announcing that with them dissolving their other studio, that they were going to focus on like indie. I don't know if it was indie games or smaller games. This doesn't seem like a smaller announcement, but
Well, it does say small scale open world.
Yeah,
Small.
I don't know. Small my ass. It's gonna be. They're gonna offer you a small amount of content and a shitload of downloadable content. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Andy, you take this next one. I don't feel like it.
Oh,
I'm not
come
feeling it,
on,
dog.
man. So more games were added to XBone's backwards compatibility.
Woo!
Yep. Yeah, they look like mostly Xbox Live Arcade games.
Big surprise there.
Yep.
I
Well, they got Kane Lynch 2 in here and Halo Reach
so if I
and Fable
have,
3.
I'm looking at this right now, bro, and if I have Red Dead Redemption, can I play it on my Xbox One? No. Damn it, Microsoft! What the hell? But you can play games like Braid, which you could fucking play that on Steam right now. Deus Ex Human Revolution, you could also play that on Steam. Doritos Crash Course, who the fuck wanted that?
Yeah,
Who the fuck wanted that game?
they're like, come on, guys, we need more backwards compatibility games. And then they're
Jesus.
just like, okay, what are the easiest games to port over?
Doritos Crash Course, that's free.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and throw that out there, and then people are going to buy more Doritos, just like we initially anticipated when we partnered up with fucking Doritos for this. Fable 3, God, Jesus, this list is weak, but apparently this is already stacked up on the hundreds of other games that they have for backwards. No, they anticipated that they were going to have at least 100 titles available to play backwards compatibility wise by the end of the year, which still I have to say, with this list they have here, I still have more respect for them than fucking PlayStation 4, Sony with their
emulation.
Yeah, you guys just had to buy these games again, which is absolutely stupid. But anyways, Xbox, Microsoft, you guys need to get your shit together. Clash of Clans surpasses GTA 5, Fallout 4, and more as 2015's top gaming video, top 10 games on YouTube revealed. Clash of Clans, isn't that a Facebook game?
That is a mobile and
Yeah.
Facebook game.
So 2015's top trending gaming videos on YouTube, Clash of Clans is number 1. 2, Real GTA. 3, Star Wars Battlefront reveal trailer. Woo! Number 4 is Five Nights at Freddy's 3 teaser trailer. I'm guessing that is number 4 because people like to fucking watch PewDiePie and Markiplier play these games.
4 and 5.
Ah, Jesus. Warning, you will die. Five Nights at Freddy's. So Five Nights at Freddy's again. So that takes 4 and 5. Discover Pokemon in the real world with Pokemon Go. Fallout 4's official trailer. Badass. Elders play Grand Theft Auto 5. I hate those fucking old people react to gaming videos. Yeah. Halo versus Call of Duty. Haven't even watched that. And Final Fantasy VII E3 2015 trailer for PS4. Man, that kind of made me a little sick to my stomach to read those, but yes.
And if you look farther, it says top overall games on YouTube. Blops 3, number 1.
I did enjoy Black Ops.
I'm surprised Witcher 3 wasn't up in there.
I know. What's that about?
Their trailers were awesome.
The trailers were amazing. The E3, I watched the pre-E3 Witcher 3 trailer, and it was fucking amazing. Even though a lot of people gave them shit about it, they were just like, this doesn't look the same as this trailer that you guys had at E3. Whatever, guys. The game delivered. Dark Souls 3 PC minimum rec amended specs have been revealed by Steam. I'm not thinking that this is going to be too crazy since this is going to run on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 platforms, but minimum specs you're looking at least 8 gigs of RAM. Most people have that. Hopefully, most people have that nowadays if you have a gaming PC, unless you bought that from Best Buy. 50 gigs of storage, no surprise there. You're supposed to have at least a GeForce GTX 465 or ATI Radeon 6870. Okay. Recommended, however, 8 gigs of RAM, no change there. A GTX 750. Doesn't seem too crazy, man.
Nah, man, that's pretty low end.
Yeah, it's pretty low end, but
Not even a 760, a 750.
yeah, and I have to say that Dark Souls 2, even though I didn't enjoy the game and bosses and everything, it was excellent as far as optimization and everything went. They did a really good job on that, which completely makes up for their lack of optimization for the first Dark Souls game, which even you had pointed out how terrible it was.
It was so bad.
Yeah. So what you got next, man?
Kojima talks about his new studio. And his new their first game will be on PS4. They call it exclusive.
Yeah.
What's exclusive mean anymore? And then it's gonna come to PC later on.
Okay, there's a new term that was introduced a couple of years ago, Andy, and you can also apply this to the latest Tomb Raider game. We are dealing with timed exclusive games here. So for a certain amount of time, it's going to be exclusive to a platform, and then it's going to release to other platforms, which is utter bullshit. I absolutely hate when people say, oh, well, that's going to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive. Tomb Raider, it's an Xbox One exclusive. Just stop with this shit, guys. It's for fanboys, and it's ridiculous. And when you have, in my experience, when you have exclusive games and content released like that, you're going to run into problems like, oh, I don't know, the Elder Scrolls Skyrim and all their downloadable content, which was a fucking shitstorm on other platforms when it was released first on Xbox 360. So, yes.
But Kojima says his new studio will have more agility, whatever the fuck that means.
Agility. It's going to have speed.
Yeah, they're going to have speed and flexibility.
That's right.
Yay, Kojima.
Yeah.
It's called Kojima Productions, by the way.
Very creative. Very creative name that we have here. Oh man, this is actually a surprise to me because I never thought this was going to happen. Tencent buys the rest of Riot Games, and they own League of Legends maker outright.
Own it, baby.
I never thought Riot Games would sell this, man.
Yeah,
Did they say how much they were bought for?
I'm
not seeing that.
No, they didn't say how much their shares cost, but I imagine it was quite a bit.
Millions upon millions. Because this isn't like an indie game. This is fucking League of Legends. Oh man, you have got to be happy about this.
Yep.
The GeForce Experience beta update adds screenshot capture, edit, and 4K upload to Imager. They
have 4K screen capture now. But I don't think it's like the actual video. I thought it was just like a picture.
Oh wow, that's kind of weird.
I don't know. Let me see.
But from what I've seen so far, everything that NVIDIA has pushed out with their GeForce Experience, with their beta, I think it's been pretty solid. It seems like they're constantly on the ball to help improve that and make it a little bit more enjoyable for everyone.
Let me see. I just recorded a small portion.
I'll be right back.
That's still 1080, dog. That's not good. Let me see. Do they have the option? Oh wait. The update isn't installed. Fuck. Alright. Let's see. What does it add 4K screen capture?
Okay.
Let's see. Share. Well, there's no option in here to choose 4K screen capture.
What?
Damn it. Why did it sign me out? Come on now.
Yeah, as much as I, like to say that they are on the ball with everything, I still feel like the GeForce experience is a kind of poorly optimized thing overall. I don't know. It's always so buggy and slow for me. But I know you're going to say, "Oh, I've never had a problem with it" or whatever. But yeah, Homeworld Deserts of Karak has been announced. Departs from the usual setting. Gearbox Software is doing more than just remastering the Homeworld series. So they've announced a prequel to the franchise. Its partnership is with Blackbird Interactive. That's cool. This game so far looks like it's going to be pretty decent. I don't see myself opting into it just because I'm not a huge RTS guy, as that shows from my inexperience with the StarCraft series.
What the fuck, man? I thought they said 4K screen capture. That shit's still 1080.
They lying, man? They lying to you? For those of you that enjoy excellent turn-based strategy RPGs, if you guys have played on the PC, chances are you've definitely heard of this game before. But the Banner Saga is going to be coming to consoles next month. Is it going to be massively successful on Xbox One and PlayStation 4? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to receive the appreciation that it did on the PC and even mobile devices. But I feel the same way about Divinity Original Sin and Wasteland 2. These games are very fucking solid on PC.
Okay.
But as long as it sells and they make some money off of it, fine. I'm okay with that.
So they do have 2160p. You have to change it in the settings.
Wow.
We'll see. Like from 1080 to 4K, the bitrate jumps up like to 130 from 80.
Oh Jesus! Which that's to be expected, I guess.
So I'm gonna record here for a second just to see what the file size is gonna be.
All right, man. You start chugging, man. I'm gonna know what happened. All right.
Okay, so for these past, 27 seconds, it did record at 60 frames a second at 4K, and for 27 seconds, the file size is 60 megs.
Oh, gee, 27 seconds?
27 seconds.
Dude, have you recorded our whole podcast? Woo!
Oh, but man. It looks good.
I'm sure, man.
Man, that looks good.
Do we have any bros out there that game on PC? I know we do, because the PC gaming market is popping. It's alive. It's hot. It's thirsty for gamers. So if you guys game on PC, chances are you guys have Steam installed. Well, guess what's happening tomorrow? The Steam winter sale begins tomorrow. And I'm loving this picture that they have saying winter is coming. I see Gaben holding a crowbar. He's looking like a snow, and he is kicking some ass. So the Steam winter sale is kicking off. I haven't been on the hunt for anything right now, but I anticipate that these sales are probably going to be better than their autumn sales. I have a little bit of money for my Steam wallet, so we'll see what's happening. There's been a DayZ roadmap for 2016 that's been revealed. Okay.
It's still in development, guys. I think I bought the standalone DayZ, 2, maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah. I wanted to say something positive about it, but when the lead developer behind this game just kind of abandons it, what can you say? It seems like he just kind of got out and ran. And I know there are quite a few people that keep playing DayZ, but damn it, man, that game's just never really appealed to me. Next up on our list, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 patch 1.04 is out, and it adds microtransactions. Fuck Yes. No, I hate
I'm
microtransactions.
gonna buy some.
I'm probably going to buy some too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what did they add? Let's see. It follows in the footsteps of other popular competitive shooters such as CS:GO. So I'm guessing flare, skins, all that good
Skins,
stuff.
you could buy the keys to unlock crates, get
Cool.
all these cool little skins.
I played some of that with Chris the other night, and I'm enjoying Black Ops 3. We will be playing this with Elwin too, so I'm glad that he finally has that downloaded, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited about that. Okay. So, speaking of microtransactions or other
Hold
optional
on,
things
man.
that you can pay.
Read my headline.
Let's see. So the headline for this: Bungie's ruining Christmas with paid Destiny subclass boosts. So what does that mean? Destiny has started pushing out a way that you can do this and just level up in Destiny. So this is what they released this
and
at.
the kicker is they promised they wouldn't do this.
Right,
So-
right. Which, dude, really? In today's gaming landscape, unless you are CD Projekt Red, your promises mean nothing. They don't mean shit because you guys are not going to stay. You guys are not going to stick to them. Look at Payday. Payday said the Payday developers overkill. They said that they would never introduce microtransactions.
Right.
What the fuck happened? They introduced microtransactions. People hated them, and they kept them. The only time I've seen someone double back on something like that was when Valve pushed out the paid workshop content.
Yeah, for Skyrim.
They were just like, "Oh shit, what did we do? Let's
Yeah.
fucking take that off." Yes. So if you guys want to level your shit up, you guys want to level yourself up to apparently level 25. You guys can slice off a cool $25-$30 and get that. So. Yeah,
that microtransaction sounds right up my alley.
So GG Bungie. I know that does sound pretty sweet. It takes away some of that hassle and stuff. But yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
Upcoming games, guys. We hardly have anything for upcoming games because there are no upcoming games really right now for this week because.
It's the end of the year.
Unlike the movie world, game developers know what's going on. So I only have two on our list right now. The first one came out today, and it's The Madness of Little Emma, which it sounds pretty kick-ass. This is an action platformer with roguelike elements. It has permadeath, procedurally generated levels. Yes, I know you guys have probably heard this mentioned 1,000 times throughout our podcast, speaking of different games. But the game looks pretty solid. It features you're playing as Emma, and she is looking for her lost brother. So the game looks awesome. It almost looks like a Castlevania type game, except it looks like it's got a little bit more shooting in it, but the game looks solid. I'm going to keep an eye on it. The next up on our list, Keyshawn, I actually put this in for you because I know you would be thoroughly excited about this, and this comes out tomorrow. The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel comes out. And what platform is this coming on? PlayStation Vita. I know you're a fan of JRPGs, and you're a fan of the Legend of Heroes series. Is this game going to succeed? Fuck yes. It's going to succeed, man. If you guys are fans of JRPGs, this game is going to succeed. But you guys have to purchase a Vita for this. The Vita is even Sony has come out and admit that the Vita was a massive failure. But I don't know. I know that people are going to be buying this. I know that this game will be way more successful in Japan. It probably was incredibly successful in Japan, but
what do you mean, Japan?
Oh yeah, man.
Nintendo rules Japan.
That's not nice. That's true, but that's not nice. Come on now. But yeah, that's all that we've really got for your all's new releases. I mean, you can't really expect much this week, but that's all we got. And now it's time for everyone's favorite and my personal favorite segment, Tech Talk with Andy. Tech Talk with Andy. Andy, what's going on in the world of technology?
So there's some new FreeSync monitors that are going to debut at CES this year. It's coming up here. And if you don't know what CES is, it's the Consumer Electronics Show.
Yes.
Yeah, these new FreeSync monitors look pretty BA. There's even a fucking 160 hertz monitor that they plan on debuting, which, hey, I'm gonna end up getting Tiffany one of these FreeSync monitors.
Dude, that AOC monitor that they have there, it looks pretty boss. But yeah. It seems like just recently, I've been seeing FreeSync everywhere I turn my head.
Yeah. Well, if it supports HDMI 2.0 alpha or even the new DisplayPort 1.4, it supports FreeSync automatically.
Right.
Because it's just part of the standard. So
I also have to say Tiffany would thoroughly love this if you got it for eventually.
So yeah, I'm looking for maybe a 24-inch. Yeah, like that top Acer one, the 1080p one at 144 hertz. Yeah, that's her. But yeah, they're gonna show off these things, and that's good. I love new monitors. As you can see, there's no 4K monitors over 60 hertz because it's just not there yet.
Hold on. Yeah, you're right.
It's not there yet.
Right.
I would love to see a 4K monitor at 120 or even 144 hertz, but they don't have the monitor technology yet. So whatever.
I think we'll be seeing that with G-Sync before FreeSync, right?
Right.
So.
Then you got PS4, the VR box, and Nintendo's external computational device. So the PS4 VR will need an external box to connect to.
Is this a surprise to you?
No, because it doesn't have the power.
Right.
So,
where are they going to plug into their controller?
It doesn't have the power to support this VR headset alone.
It's sounding less and less tempting as I hear about it.
I don't know. Some people might be down for this, but
maybe.
Yeah, this box will probably be fucking with some more GPU power for it and whatnot. But
need it.
Nintendo patented a external device that will also have like a GPU in it to increase, I don't know, whatever. To increase what the NX is.
Oh God, why'd you say NX? Yes.
Yeah. So that's gonna happen.
Yeah. So the future of gaming is upon us for consoles, right?
External boxes everywhere.
Apparently so.
Yeah. Then AMD comes out and says, "Hey, here's a roadmap for what we got planned after this year's Zen-Core." They're like, "Hey, this is what we want to do by 2016, 2017." So they're going to continually develop on top of the Zen-Core, which is good.
Oh yeah.
Will it be as good as Intel's next? Fucking.
Come on, man.
What is it? I don't know. What comes after Kaby Lake? I've forgotten already. Anyway. I support AMD. I'll buy one. Maybe not for me, but definitely for Tiffany.
Good man. I wish I was your fiance, but yes. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so then Samsung releases a super-powered micro SD card, 128 gigs. This thing has like SSD speeds.
Jesus Christ.
Right? They got the Evo Plus, 80 megabits sequential reads and 20 megabits sequential writes. Then they got the Pro Plus, which is 95 and 90 write speeds. Crazy.
I don't think that that's too far off that I see mentioned over here in this article that the Galaxy S7 could come with an SD card slot because they could include this with it in order to charge an extra $150
Yeah,
at least.
and they could. But do you really need that? Because without root on your phone, nothing can really use the SD card like it used to.
Oh yeah, but people will still buy it anyways.
Really, this card is meant for like high-end cameras
Yes,
that need that speed.
that's right.
So then, big news, guys. AMD responds to NVIDIA GameWorks with what? Fucking open source GPUs.
There's no way you could hate on that, man.
Yeah. Their solution, GPU open. Okay. All their technologies, TXAA, Hairworks, all that. Source code is now open source.
Do you feel like maybe it's a little too late, or maybe could this be it? Could this be like the time? I mean, I know you stand by open source. I mean, I think everyone should, but
Yeah, open source is excellent. Excellent. The only bad thing about this is that now NVIDIA has that source code and can easily implement it into NVIDIA GameWorks, and now they could still do their bullshit GameWorks and still run really well on AMD optimized games.
I mean that seems like a perfect world, man. But and they will do that. They will. They have to.
But I applaud AMD for this.
Yes. Again, making roads for NVIDIA to come by and improve on.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Basically, yes. This is good news, especially for the Linux world, even though AMD's drivers are still shit. They are still bad. Even in the Linux world, AMD is shit upon because their drivers suck so bad. And people prefer NVIDIA in the Linux world, which is crazy.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Then you got NVIDIA coming out with new mobile GPUs, a 920M and a 930 and a 940M.
This shouldn't surprise anyone.
Yeah, then they got the MX stuff, which is supposed to be their high-end stuff, right? So these will be out in 2016. I don't know. They show some stupid benchmarks, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of buying any mobile laptop with high-end graphics or whatever. But if this is your thing, this is supposed to be a budget high-end GPU stuff. It's built on Maxwell. It's GM108.
Now, as you said, most people that are looking for like the best of the best as far as these gaming laptops go, they're generally looking for a desktop replacement, right?
Yeah, most of them are 17-inch, like 4K
Jesus.
display. They want to get that 980M, probably SLI.
God.
They're willing to drop at least 3K on a laptop.
I'm not.
No.
Fucking crazy. Maybe if I was traveling a bunch, but no.
Yeah, but these GPUs will support, DirectX 12, all that shit. So I mean, it would be great to have a laptop with one of these in it. I mean, if you're going to do a LAN somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And you don't really give a shit how good the graphics are. This can run most games.
Which is completely unacceptable for you. Even if you're going to a LAN.
If I'm going to the LAN, baby, I'm bringing the whole rig.
That's right.
Then you got AMD releases the FX 6300 Black Edition, but it wasn't a like a launch announcement. They just kind of just released it.
Yeah. And, wow.
Yeah, and it's based on what is it?
The pile driver.
Yeah, Pile Driver, which if you heard my last comments on Pile Driver, it's shit.
Yeah, they caught some shit for that.
It is shit. But still, this FX 6300. It has 6 cores. 6 megs L2, 8 megs L3. Obviously, it's unlocked. It supports DDR3 1866. They still don't have a processor that can support DDR4, but Zen Core will. And it's a 95 watt TDP.
I think at a under $110 price point, that doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad if you want to buy last gen.
That's right. if you can't wait,
Yeah.
and you just need it now, I guess. Yes. Of course.
And that's it. That's it in tech world.
Man, that's craziness. All right, guys, we are going to continue on with our freshest segment right now, our recommendations for the week. Recommendations of the week. Andy, I'm excited. What's your recommendation for the week?
My recommendation comes from, what year was this? 2010?
I believe this was 2009.
Yeah, okay, 2009, Dragon Age Origins.
Yes, sir.
Great RPG. It was made by BioWare, published by EA. This was before I started hating on EA. So
Right, yeah, me too. I mean, and it's at the end of the day, it's BioWare.
Yeah.
EA is just responsible for driving their content releases and shit into the ground.
The story in this game was awesome. Just traveling along the map and getting in random battles, and then also you could have romances. You can even have romances with a guy, which was kind of unheard of in 2009.
It was awesome, though.
Yeah. The combat was unique because it was like a 3D map, and you could pause the action and queue up what you want you guys to do.
Yes, sir.
And it was a lot of fun.
I don't feel like I honestly don't feel like I'm in the minority when I say that Dragon Age Origins was probably my favorite Dragon Age game out of the Dragon Age releases. And I remember hearing a preview on this, and they said their original focus for this was they wanted it to be the spiritual successor to the Baldur's Gate franchise, which out of all 3 Dragon Age games, this felt like more of a spiritual successor to a Baldur's Gate game.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. And then later on came really good mods such as extended sex scenes,
which you know nothing about, but still
No.
I can vouch for it and say that
Yeah.
the homosexual sex scenes were amazing in the game and everything. But yes,
I enjoyed a lot of. I even enjoyed the DLC they put out for it.
Oh yeah, the DLC they put. I mean, this was back when I feel like BioWare was at its peak with. I mean, even though I just played Knights of the Republic and stuff, with their decision branching trees with the stories and everything, I feel like you see that less and less with each BioWare title in a series. Dragon Age Origins, the branching story and everything, awesome. Dragon Age 2, really. And Dragon Age Inquisition, I don't know. Mass Effect 2.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 2 is still my favorite in the series.
The graphics in this game were cutting edge at the time, and I think they still hold up.
Absolutely. Even though I have to say that when I first played this game, I did not go too crazy over the graphics because I played it on PlayStation 3.
Ooh.
And people knocked it because the graphics were terrible on PlayStation 3. But if you go back and play this game on PC, it's solid. It's on point.
Yeah.
Plus, you can add retext and stuff in there, which make it look fantastic.
Which I originally played it on PC.
Yes.
Which, hey man, it was good.
Why would you play on anything else?
And it was before Origin, and it was available on Steam. So
Yes, and this game, if you're not playing it on PC, you are actually missing out on quite a bit because you don't get that Baldur's Gate feel because you're stuck and you're isolated to that third-person kind of radial wheel menu, whereas you can zoom out and get more of an isometric tactical view on everything on the PC, which was awesome. So absolutely, I love that game. Let's see. And then my recommendation for the week is I actually recommended Rocket League.
That's a fun game.
Yeah, I played a few matches with you, Andy. We have so many fucking games that we have to play that I forget about all these damn games that we have, man.
Yeah. And now they have the DLC, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think they added the DeLorean to one of their packs of DLC. But I need to get back to this game. I thought this game was fun. I enjoyed, you would get the ball and I would just like sit there and zoom.
Yeah.
I would zoom like way past you and you're like, what are you doing? And I'm just like spinning there in the air. I'm like, Andy, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And then we scored that really cool goal where I just ran into you and you with the ball.
The ball was sitting there. And then I was like, shit. And then the replay, I'm floating towards the ball, and Andy just smashes into me and pushes the ball in. It was amazing. For those of you that aren't familiar with this game, this is pretty much, if I could relate it to a sport, it's a soccer game with cars in it, which it's fun. It's a shitload of fun. And I saw an article recently telling that, or they were describing how I think they've made like $50 million off this game on a $2 million budget.
Yeah, like it reminds me of kind of like Micro Machines.
Yes, yes, yeah, because you're little adorable cars, but I'll see the ball sit there gliding on the field, and I'm excited because I'm going to hit it, and then I just miss it. I barely miss the ball, and I'm like, fuck,
you miss it, or somebody else smashes into you.
Fuck that. Yes. Yeah, that happened quite a bit. Devin, I still to this day believe that he lied to me saying that his friend had never played this game, and they were
fucking doing way better than just the first time player.
I was like, this is your second match, you're trick shotting, bitch. Don't lie to me. I know you're doing something. But yeah. Enjoy this game. We definitely have to play this. I'm going to go ahead and say 2016 we're going to have to play this.
It will probably be on sale tomorrow. So.
Very good point. Yes. I have no doubt that Rocket League, and I think that Dragon Age Origins will probably go on sale too throughout the course of the Steam sale.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As of right now, man, that's all I got.
That's it for me.
All right, guys. Well, you heard our recommendations. You heard all of our tech, video game news, releases, movie releases, and everything. On our Christmas unwrapping, check back with us on Friday. Well, you guys will probably be enjoying time with your families, but we are going to be doing an unwrapping on Friday of our presents and everything. So I'll reserve my thoughts on the Star Wars movie until that Sunday.
Yeah, we'll be watching it Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Also, our mixed bag on Wednesday.
Yeah. Our mixed bag on Wednesday. I thought that we were going to skip that in order to do our wrapping. I think that's what Tiffany had said, but I mean, yeah, we could still do it.
I have no idea what the plan is.
Check back with us on Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah, because we have to talk about the Christmas party, and plus I would like to have Chris on here because I know he wants to talk about Speedrunners and some other stuff.
Yeah. I also got a bunch of things in the mail.
Oh, that looks like juice.
No, this is Tiffany's thing.
Okay.
I showed you.
Oh yeah, I want to see that. I'm not going to say anything, but yes, I'm excited. All right, guys. Well, until Wednesday, which will after tomorrow.
We probably, I don't know. We probably will move. We usually do it on Sunday, but we've been doing it on Monday. So, yeah, next Monday we'll have
that seems
another
safe,
one,
especially for this upcoming week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check back with us on Wednesday and then Friday and then again Monday. So we're gonna be going hard in the paint. But we will see you guys again throughout the course of this week. And as always, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Andy. And if we don't see you before Friday, Merry Christmas.
That's right. Thank you, Andy. Merry Christmas to you all. And to all, a good E-Rekt night.
Yep. Happy holidays.
Yes. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy everything to everyone. So take it easy, guys. Amanda, stop laughing at me.